Hey guys. Yeah, I would decided to start a little early because I think Nick needs an emotional support bottle at this point. The state of Georgia has completely broken him. And, you know, oh, what did I do? I- I'm gonna have to figure out what I did. It's not a trial unless it's what the hell did Mo do this time? So me. Okay, I think we've got it figured out. Yes, I'm not hearing myself again. Excited utterance, I've already stolen numpty. I just have to find a way to, yell it loudly without the F word in front of it, because, I'm working on not swearing, but I made this sarcasm sign. Sarcasm, it's always my plus one. So, reindeer hey, guys. So Reindeer sent me this case, and the only thing she really told me about it, because I wanted to kind of go in, well, without any preconceived notions, she said it has our favorite Florida woah man duo. Uh, between so we have got lady officer, I call her the female Danny Glover. We just have to see if she is, level of retired and done with this of, Predator 2 or the final Lethal Weapon, like Lethal Weaponer. So we need to know which level of Danny Glover, nearly retired cop she has left or led today, and her, sidekick, super loud shirt. I don't know, she's the lady lawyer from the Sarah Boone case, and her ability to give less of a crap, meaning that she could in fact give less, she could work and muster up even less care to deal with these people. So our duo is back. Let's see if he has a super loud shirt again because I'm kind of living for, Miami Vice shirt and, I'm too old for this crap. Alright, so this is the I'm gonna let her say her name because 'cause I'm gonna be real honest with you. That looks like Fatia Marzan. Y'all, we're gonna let her say her own name.
Sit over here for me. Do you mind? And do you want more water? No. No, you're okay? All right.
So Lady Lawyer has some darker hair. I think I like her with darker hair.
So my name's Chelsea. Okay, this is my partner, Carlos. Can you pronounce your name for me? Satia. Satia. Okay. Your family was like pronouncing it with a P, so I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correct.
Okay, you know what? Gotta love this lawyer, damn it. I've been watching trials all day and trying to annotate, the frickin' Peterson trial, and yes, but it doesn't look like, Loud Shirt is her sidekick. He looks much smaller. I don't know if the years have been look, COVID had us comfort eating. You had to pass with the virus that shall not be named of unknown origins. You either got super fit, which was, like, all one of you. Like, every person knows one person, they got really super into fitness and got, like, a Soul Cycle, and a Peloton, and then yes, this is Farrell, this is the lady from Boone, and the rest of us ate our feelings for a couple months, so, it kinda is what it is. We pretended that we were feeling all good, and then we were like, "No, we just love carbs." Oh, you thing, one of these days, I have just told my Mr. Mo that I just need to become famous enough to get an editor. But, let's see, so it looks like, yeah, I just love that the lawyer t or the cop, whoever she is. Look, y'all, I have my Buffalo Bill body lotion, tumbler with a possibly double Moscow Mule. Mind you, my shots are like a quarter shot, so I am officially up to, like, half a first-year pre-law student. Oh, he is? Okay. I was wondering, I was worried, but I just love how this officer's like, "Look, how do you say your name?" I love that trick, like, "So, what would you say you would pronounce your name like?"
Your mom. Okay, so I just want to make sure I pronounce your name right. And I'm sorry I might butcher it a couple times, okay? So just bear with me. So obviously we just want to kind of figure out what's going on and kind of understand from your standpoint what exactly happened. Have you ever like talked to police before? No? Okay. All right, well, I hope I'm not coming off scary. I just want to kind of understand. I want to be able to maybe help you or just kind of figure out exactly what's going on. You are...
And as avid members of LawTube and as the queen supreme of both the Pettyverse and LayTube, what are the first things that we are going to tell little, young one here? You get a lawyer, and cops are the nice cops are the scarier cops because 'cause they're like, "A monster. You're not a monster. You wouldn't do this. No. No, young child, you go get a lawyer." But as this is continues to be a an interview for another hour and 30 minutes, I don't believe she will be taking any of my, uh, well, future past advice.
How old? 21. 21. Okay. I'm just gonna get a couple like geographical things from you, and then read you something. Okay. So spell your name for me.
Fatia.
Fatia.
Yes.
Okay. And your last name?
Marvan.
Perfect. And when is your birthday, sweetie?
December 4th, 2000.
2002?
2000.
Okay. And it makes you...
No, not to just 2000.
Oh, 2000. Okay, thank you. Okay, so you're 21, almost 22.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. What's your phone number?
Okay, yeah, the body I like the body language, panel, mostly because I like the English guy who just basically tells you everything you used to know, but he has, thus far grifted into, like, telling other people, like, "Just don't look all creepy and stuff." Um, I don't know. It I believe she just said that she was 21. Now, she does sound very young. Oh, well, mm, I if I'm remembering some of the vague things that when I was trying to decide, am I going to actually research the entire story first, or am I gonna watch the interrogation kind of go in cold and see what I think? Um, it was said that some of the things around the crime were very childlike in that she thought she had a, like, internet boyfriend, and we all kinda thought we had an internet boyfriend/girlfriend/ slash, whomever. Um, that was probably that really creepy guy down the street because we didn't know the internet could, have people lying on it until the after school specials came around. Given it looks like her headscarf, I don't know that she'd be buying any alcohol, but, she could. I had to try to explain to my children the, cringelarity that was the very special episode slash, you know, after school special, like, about the roid rage or, oh gosh, DJ, but it wasn't DJ and her boyfriend got all roided out and, it was like, "Why wouldn't anyone say anything?" with Sally Jessy Raphael as a judge. Look, I have been scarred, and I carried the trauma pain for a generation of cringe TV. My mother made me watch Lifetime movies. I will be starting a for-profit charity to help me get over my sadness. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It was like, "No, I swear, he said he was 24 and a billionaire." Uh-huh. Seriously, the things I used to allegedly do without thought of how really horrible, terrible people were, that's it. Moms, don't warn your children, make them watch true crime. Because after, like, a couple seasons of Law& and Order SUV or SVU, god damn it, dang it, you all know what I mean. You will believe that everyone in your Walmart has at least one dungeon with one gimp suit in it. I have tried to tell my mother that, but she watches Hallmark movies, so, um, it just never seems to be something that she doesn't understand my pain or my truth. Oh, yes, yes, the internet was terribly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, I am unintentionally awesomely hilarious. I didn't even catch that, but Salvador, yes, Lifetime. So, yeah, I believe I'm going to assume, and this could be completely wrongly, but it being if it's the one of the major 3 Abrahamic religions that I'm thinking of, they're a fairly patriarchal bunch, and women go from, like, childhood to wifehood. So, she might not have any life experience. Again, this is all, from my rather Google-osity, so we'll see.
407-821-9397.
And I'm assuming it's the phone that's out there that you came here with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What kind of phone is that?
Success.
iPhone 6S?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you live
Hey,
at the 603?
508.
if you can
508?
wash it
Okay.
yourself and put it away,
508.
more power to you.
Southern Charm Drive.
Okay, and you're employed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you work at?
Capital. CAPTEL.
CAPTEL.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So,
Salvador, I'm not saying that you won't find things to love on Twitter. I just think it's gonna be more of like, "Oh my god, did you see this? What the heck is this?" It's not gonna be, love, it's gonna be train wreck love, and I'm here for it, Salvador, but I also want you to find a good connection. You know, it It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. I'm here for it, and we demand a picture, Salvador.
You came here in cuffs, you came here in a police car. So I have to read you your rights before we can kind of have any sort of discussion, okay? Do you watch any TV shows? Like, have you ever heard of, like, your constitutional rights? Do you know what they are?
Not off the top of my head.
Sure, but you say you've, like, heard them on, like, TV or something like that. Okay, so it's something similar to that, but I'm going to definitely make sure you understand.
American Federal Education Public Unions. If you want to know why, I will not support you ever again. And if running for president, as both myself and Rusty Shackelford as my vice president, would, well, enforce your ruination, it is because this particular officer has to bring up a TV show and not a civics class. You have all failed me, teachers' unions.
Understand everything that I tell you before we talk about anything, okay? Okay. So luckily I have this handy dandy card so I don't forget anything, okay? So they're your constitutional Miranda rights, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
And that's a no?
No.
Okay. Do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
She did not.
So, it's, so how long have you been working at Captel?
3 years.
3 years? Okay. And have you always lived at 508 Southern Term Drive?
Most of my life.
Most of your life? Okay. For like the majority, right? I talked to some of your sisters and they said, one of them was there, she said her whole life, so, right? Okay. Have you lived anywhere else in Florida or always?
When I was little, I think maybe a couple of years, I lived in Fort Pierce.
Fort Pierce? Okay. And then from Fort Pierce, you moved here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, were you born in Fort Pierce?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And then you have a bunch of sisters and brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And most of them live with you except.
Yeah, I just need, again, ladies, I'm imploring you as one of your legion, one of your fellow sisters, stop ending your sentences like this, because that makes everything you say sound like a effing question. And then if you are fairly poor at social cues, but you're an auditory learner or hearer, you will start to try to talk to this person. And they're not done. This is, in fact, not a question. You do not need to respond. But if you do this around people like me who maybe fail to grasp all the social cues ever, I will start over talking you because I think you're asking a question or you're not sure of what you're saying. Farrell, I'm going to agree with you, but I think she was 15% done when she walked into the room. Now, with Sarah Boone, it doesn't take you long to get from like 0 to 100, but I'm just saying, I think she was like a quarter of the way there. But to be fair, I would be done with Sarah too.
Except your older sister, right? Okay. Is there any other family besides the ones that you live with and then your older sister?
Like immediate family?
Yeah, like brothers or sisters.
They're all there.
They're all there. Okay. So you called 911 earlier in reference to your sister. And I spoke to where's her name? Miriam? Okay. And she kind of explained kind of what's going on. So I guess I just want to understand, like, from your point of view, what happened?
So, Salvador, very, very little. I was in between trying to figure out if I was going to do research before I went into the interview or an interrogation or if I was gonna come in cold, and I decided to come in cold because very honestly, I am still on day 2 with notes because it's taking for forever, but yeah, she unalived her sister. So, it sounds like she has about a good baker's dozen of sisters, though, so listen, I'm not saying the parents made sure there would be spares, but,
She was like intentionally trying to steal my fiance that I have talked to daily for 5 years.
Are we talking about Joseph?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she had, it was
so I believe she is 21. I don't know how old her sister was. Wait,
just getting worse. And she didn't care about how it made me feel. And she had broken up with her ex when this started, and the first thing she came to was the most convenient person. And I told her, and we talked about it multiple times. And I told her to find someone else because this one is already taken. And she kept pressing, and things were just getting worse. And I could see that there's still, she
I feel like the sister was just getting ready to be a sister wife. I don't know why your sister was just trying to be your sister wife. It's I can't with this woman. She sounds like she's 12. But my kids don't have that high voice because I've got this, deep manly woman voice. And, they didn't get that high pitched kinda squeaky thing. A man they'd never seen apparently was all long distance. I am yeah, look, this is why girls may be easier when they're younger, but when they're teenage years, you just have to pray and have a good liquor supplier.
still had no intention of stopping, and everything was just ruined. And she doesn't care. And I just couldn't stand
Not
seeing them
anymore,
together.
she's dead.
I didn't want to.
Well, I'm sorry that you felt that way.
So it made me really angry, and I tried.
Salvador, so you're saying there's a chance we're crowdsourcing your Twitter finds, and we will have the most awesome time, and we may or may not, pitch this to all the major networks. Um, yeah, but we're gonna pitch it to all the major networks because the writers are still striking. So, Salvador Dali, Twitter by chat romance. Someone make a one of those GIF thingies and f a fronter and an ender like Nick and, David have, and we are we are ready, and we have a, like, total winning show.
Tried for over almost a year now to just try to have it be normal or stay strong about it, but she just wouldn't. She wouldn't stop.
And what was she doing exactly with Joseph that made you feel like she was trying to take him from you?
Basically, like trying to be in a relationship practically already in one.
If she says play Call of Duty, I'm out. I'm just out. If she says Minecraft, I'm also out. What would be an acceptable game to play in Discord that wouldn't be cringy? I don't know. Minesweeper, maybe. I do not know. She took off her veil.
Did Joseph feel that way? Like, or was he just being nice and talking to him? 'Cause
That's how it started. He was trying to help her through it, but then she was just like, I don't know. She just flirts with everyone.
And Joseph, what's Joseph's last name?
Farmer.
Farmer. Okay. Do you know his birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Is she gonna say Joseph Glass? She does not know his birthday. I'm gonna go ahead and take a wild, wild guess. Let's see if I'm right about this.
August 21st, 2000.
August 21st.
Right, so she's a good either internet stalker or girlfriend.
Joseph does not live in Florida right now, correct?
Salvador, I don't know because I would blame the boyfriend, not the other girls so much, but listen. So I am watching this, Reindeer, recommended this. This is our favorite cop duo, from the Sarah Boone case, and this is another, Florida "Whoa, man," case. So we are here to see what in the actual hell happened, but thus far, we've learned that this chick, um, right, yeah, on the bottom, is 21, but sounds like she's, 11 and 3/4. She's gonna be, 12 in August. Um, she, killed or unalived her sister for talking to her internet man. And, yeah, I'm having a Moscow Mule because is my +1, and I'm drinking for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Where does he live?
North Carolina.
Do you know, like, what city or?
Chapel Hill.
Okay. When you said 5 years, when did you and Joseph meet?
2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what year or what month?
October. So it's basically 5 years now.
Yep. And how?
JKD Bucks, given the name and, it looks you can kind of see a pin at the top of that, I believe that might be a veil or a headscarf. She might be part of one of the 3 Abrahamic religions that don't like you to show your hair. Yeah, this girl I believe so. Just in okay, this is profiling, but her name is Fatia Marzan. She lives with all of her siblings still. She's got, like, 6 kids or 6 siblings, 1 less sister. Um, but it could be, a hood. I just see that little white thing, and I thought maybe it was a scarf, but I could be very wrong. She's a Jedi master. Oh, okay, well, that's what I had assumed, but then I felt bad about myself, but then I was like, "Meh, I already feel bad about myself about other stuff, so there's only so much bad about myself I can feel some days, so."
How'd you guys meet?
In a group chat on Skype.
On a group chat on Skype? Okay. Have you met him in person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many times have you?
One.
I know that. I was just trying to be, she could have been something else. We're just going with the David thing that we learned earlier or from earlier today. If you hear hoofbeats, it's probably a horse and not a zebra.
We were going to move out together, and then my sister knew how hard I was working to save up money. I was working 60 plus hours a week, and in the meantime, she was just doing that behind my back.
Where did that one time that you met Joseph, where was that at?
He was only.
I will say in the case of my leg, what I have is so rare that the doctors were like, "You present really weirdly." And I was like, "Thank you. I don't know. Is that good? So does that mean I don't have what I have?" And they're like, "No, you really do have it. You're just really odd." Well, yes. I will have to look at the Discord. I went in completely, I was like, "This could be, funlarious if, I went in and didn't know anything about it."
Here for a bit, so it was at a hotel.
Okay.
He was traveling to Miami because he lived there most of his life, but then on the way back, he figured he could stop by.
Sure. Okay. Do you remember like when that was exactly?
It was 2019. Wait, I think it was 2019 July.
July. Okay. Yeah. And you said that you were working like 60.
Does the guy know that he's, engaged to her? I feel like we need the separate side by side interrogation where it's her explaining what this relationship is, and then this random boy that she kind of just like unloads on, like, I know phrasing, but like the Jodi Arias shoulder pads guy. Yeah, she sounds like 12 and a half. But I need to know if the guy knows that he's engaged to her.
60 plus hours. Is that in 1 week or like in a 2-week pay period?
1 week.
In 1 week. Okay. Tell me about your job. What do you do?
I caption calls for the hard of hearing.
Caption calls for people that can't hear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How does that work exactly?
Ma'am, did you just ask how closed captioning works? It's like a transcript, except you take it of what people are saying, unless she's asking if this girl is old enough to know. I- Well, as someone who sometimes doesn't get the social cues, no, I don't think even I would make this. Well, I mean, they're semi-official. I mean, you know what? They got one up on Travis and Dominique, because, they were, like, just talking and they were doing what they were doing, but it wasn't, like, official. So, they are at least internet official, and I commend them for that. I thought that I heard that she might have met him, but I don't know if she means met him, like, online or oh, for the love of all that is holy, people, no interneting for anyone until they're 25 anymore.
Here, like listen in, and I'm just transcribing what the other person is saying to the person who can't hear. So then I type it out or speak it mostly, and then they see the words on their screen. So if they can't catch everything, they can see what's said, and it helps them.
Okay. So you caption calls for essentially for deaf, right?
Or almost.
Yeah.
Most of them are elderly, but
Oh,
some of them
okay.
not.
Yeah. Okay. And you said you've been doing that for 3 years? Okay. And so you've been working for the past 3 years to try to save up to get a place with Joseph? Okay.
And I first started, I paid off my car. That was $16,000. And then
When you first started working there?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then my goal was to pay off my car so that I don't have to worry about that while paying rent.
Yeah.
And then the past year, I've mostly just been doing those extra hours.
For the past year?
Except the
I'm torn because I think I would talk to her kind of like I'm talking to you guys. I don't think because I didn't talk to my kids like kids, so maybe she's meeting her on her level. I mean, just the way she is talking, she does not seem to grasp things at a 21-year-old level. So, but I didn't talk to my kids any differently, so I don't know. Maybe she's just like someone said in the before chat, she mirrors her, you know, or the person that she's talking to kind of make her feel comfortable. I, yeah, I don't. Maybe she seems older when she's not, in a police interrogation office after unaliving her sister. Maybe she's a bit more ballsy on Instagram. I don't.
past few months.
What do you mean the past few months? What happened?
That's when.
Salvador, I was just gonna say that. She is that poor, guy who got suckered in by the Instagram chick and he sort of kind of lived in her attic for just a couple days. As you do when you're a young man and you're confused. Who hasn't stayed in an attic of a, love interest? But yeah, she's definitely the female version of that guy.
I started. I think there was like less extra hours available.
There wasn't as much availability. Okay.
And I also had less motivation.
Motivation? Okay. You maybe felt like you were overworked or something else?
It was, the situation was getting complicated and.
With you and Joseph? Or, okay,
Wait a minute. I am perfectly normal and I mostly just talk to myself and talk reading, and what I give you guys your own voices in my head, which is a terrible thing to say, but I do. You just all have different tonal voices in my head. So actually I probably need to call Dr. Dorothy Lewis. I have some questions. But yes, I think in your formative years, when you don't realize that you're an introvert and don't need peopling, it is definitely good to have socialization. But I'm closer to a vintage that is 40 than 30. So I know that peopling is bad. So I do talking on the internets. Yeah.
I didn't know if you're talking about work or if you're talking about, yeah, okay. So, like, things you were hitting some speed bumps in your relationship. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's understandable. I mean, if you're with someone for 5 years, I would assume there's always hard times, but, you do your best to work through it and get through it together, which it sounds like you tried very hard to do so. You had said that your sister, over the last year, has been making advanced movements towards Joseph and flirting. You said that she flirts with everyone. How exactly did they communicate that you know of?
And
Just every, like, texting, calling, playing games together, just doing anything that you would do with a normal couple.
Okay. And I guess, did you see these text messages?
ma'am, you so in the year you couldn't have maybe asked your fake or your faux fiance to not talk to your sister? I, or if he continued to talk to her, there's this really cool thing where if the person you're in a relationship doesn't respect you enough to, do something or change the behaviors that really bother you, you just throw them back into the ocean and they swim away. Maybe you've wounded them just a little bit. Maybe they get eaten by a shark. It wasn't your fault that that happened. But there are other fish that will not lose the Darwin Awards.
Messages or hear these phone calls? Like, how do you know they happened?
Like, she lives in the same room as me.
Sure.
And so then, it's obvious when they're playing together because I'll see them on the same game. It has, like, activity status on just or even if I'm at work, I can tell.
Are y'all saying that she sent her sister probably sent a bunch of ridiculous emojis? I again, I am sure that there are other chat rooms slash, Candy Crusher levels that you can find other men at. Maybe not Candy Crush, but something like Tetris or something. I don't know. Go to a chess place. It'll be fine. You know what, ma'am? You go down and you go to, well, I mean, you can't right now. But you go down and you go to one of those card shops, comic book card shops, and you ask any one of those people in there, "What are you doing?" And it looks like fun, and you will have hours of fun as they tell you things that you're kind of sort of maybe sure are English, and you have heard of some of these things, but it is just they will just talk, 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 and they're socially awkward just like you, and it'll be fun. You'll have fun friends forever. Get outside, ma'am.
Tell afternoon about it. And then, she would usually leave the room to call, and then during that period, he doesn't text me either, and I just knew it was fine.
She would leave the room to call him? Okay, so you're not certain?
Oh, no, I'm sure it's actually calling him.
Okay. How do you
There were
know?
certain times, like,
I mean, I definitely understand, like, the gut feeling, like, just knowing that, like, something's not right. Like, I feel like every female has it. Like, when something's just not right, or you feel like your man's doing something that, like, he shouldn't be doing, like, we all get these feelings, and, like, most of the time we're not wrong. So I guess
All I can picture in my head is her telling Sarah, look, like we've all had those times that we want to put our fun-sized boyfriends into a suitcase, but we let them out before we go back to bed. Like, I don't know why that. Yeah, well, listen, baby steps. You can't go from no peopling to full on Walmart peopling. It's yeah, that's where I'm. Yet I don't. People are. I don't know. I'm talking about Sarah Boone's boyfriend. He was snack sized. He was like what, 4'2". He fit into a suitcase. Look, I'm not saying, but I'm saying the man wasn't like a giant. Yeah, I love it. Like those of us without dangly bits. Um, We know what it is like when our, people with dangly bits get out of line. Oh. Sarah Boone's boyfriend? No, I think, um, George, but it was spelled Jorge because they wanted to confuse the hell out of us, was, like, really short. Like, I think Sarah was kinda taller than him, and Sarah's not a huge woman. I don't listen, in my brain, he is fun-sized, and he fits in a suitcase. That's how I remember things because I am a horrible person who is basically just aiming for purgatory. I don't know, excited. Oh, thank you. Yes, I will probably look at the complaint on the next stream. That's what I thought, but I c y'all, between crazy mothers taking their kids to, like, national parks right before they do shenanigans that get them in life in prison forever and ever, and then women that shouldn't be allowed to apparently, carry suitcase unconcealed. I I can't keep up with all the suitcase shenanigans.
Get that, but I'm saying, like, did you see on her phone his name and then?
Yes. Sometimes I come home and I see they're sleeping on the phone together. I'll see. Or I'll hear, because sometimes it's like she goes to sleep but he's playing. And he does that with me usually, but then sometimes I'll.
They're sleep calling? Listen, children, Gen Z, heck, I don't know. I don't know what generation we're on, but ma'am, sir, zer, and zem. If you are FaceTiming in the shower, Chandler Halderson, if you are sleep calling this woman and her sister and her faux fiance, stop it. Go outside and do something small, like take a couple deep breaths, maybe notice there's sun outside. That's all I'm asking, just once a day, because this is ridiculous. Not even whole daggone hour in
I'll
and
be at work,
cannot
so I
with
come
you
home
with
late,
these
and
children.
she's already sleeping, and then I see on her phone his number.
It's a plan.
Do you know his number by heart? No.
I usually Skype call.
You Skype call? Okay. How do you guys communicate normally? Is it, you said Skype?
Calling or texting.
Okay. And do you text like normal phone numbers or is it through some sort of app?
Discord.
Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or Discord?
Discord.
Discord, okay. Yeah, I just learned about it tonight, so I'm...
Detective is me. Discord. So do you smoke it or do you snort it? No, it's on a computer. Look, I don't want to know what you're doing with the computers these days, children. Do you inject it? Is that what you use those universal cords for? I There you go. It's all coming together. Oh my goodness. Just please, y'all, and I am not the poster girl for the peopling outsideness, but just try it. Little small things. Get yourself used to it. Take an entire lap around a Walmart. I mean, it'll be jarring, but it, immersion therapy, people.
I'm still trying to understand it. Do you also like game and play?
I used to a little more.
Yeah.
But then I started working.
Yeah, you're busy, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you call, you message each other on Discord, and then you also Skype, right? You said Skype? Okay.
Recently, the thing we play most is Runeterra.
What's
It's a card game. Runeterra.
Runeterra? Okay. Do you guys like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
detective, like, I'm not even gonna absorb that one. Sounds interesting. It's like when my son's trying to explain to me about every single Godzilla ever, and I'm like, "That sounds wonderful, sweetie. Great. I needed to know that Gigadora was bigger than Mechagodzilla, but only in the 1980s. Gotcha, gotcha. We'll remember and forget."
Okay, so your other sister, I'm probably Miriam.
Mariam is how I say it. But you can say Miriam.
Miriam. Okay. Okay. She said that she also kind of like communicates with Joseph as well, like through Discord, and like so that's normal. Is that normal to you?
I can see their texts because we're in a server together.
Okay.
And they talk normally. My other sister, she respects that.
Okay.
Wait.
Doesn't.
Dude had the right idea here. He gets in with a sister, and apparently the entire family just shares the server. So he is talking to 8 different women. I mean, you know, don't hate the player, hate the game.
So they're like friends, and that's okay. Because I mean, obviously, she would have never known Joseph had it not been for you, right?
Yeah.
Your younger sister. Right, for both sisters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so I just wanted to understand, because it seems like Joseph kind of like is a gamer as well, and like so, the fact that he's talking to both your sisters, I just didn't understand.
This sounds like the mom is like, "Damn it, children. Look, I got the Wii for all of you. All of you. So if you want to play the Animal Worlds or the Tetrises or the Marios, you're all going to have to do it together. I'm not getting each of you a Wii." This is what it sounds like.
Understand, or I didn't know if there was like some sort of animosity with him talking to one versus the other, or how you felt about it.
What's animosity?
Like.
I give up. Again, federal education system / teachers unions. I give up on you. What is animosity? For the love of all that. Oh, this is why I would drink if I were a cop. I don't know. I I think, TLC may be making a show about that, or I'm calling TLC, and I'm producing a show named that. I don't know what Rune Tarot Cards the game is. Maybe it's like the World of Warcraft for, um, card thingies. I don't know. Oh my god, I would love it. Since Sister Wife imploded to just wife. Oh, for goodness sake. This needs to be a TLC movie. I will crowdfund it lifetime.
Like upset, like, or felt like kind of like, are both of your sisters feel like, do you feel like both of your sisters are betraying you? I'm sorry.
My youngest, the youngest sister, she, it's like a kind of a past record thing of, she's considerate towards me, and the other one is past record of just not considering like my belongings or just my feelings at all.
Yeah.
It's like been since we were little, like she just doesn't.
So you guys are what, a year apart?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if that. So you're close in age, and have you always shared a room?
For a long time. It was kind of, we switched rooms around because there are a lot of siblings, but
right.
I thought she was going to say, have you always shared boyfriends?
Because I don't think I have your, her birthday's in March, right? So March of 2002, so like a year and some time. But okay, so you guys are.
Indigo, it was Cody's hair. But listen, Christine was my favorite, And Cody done did Christine dirty, so I hope his hair falls all the heck out. I hope he is left with a terrible skullet and, like, one hair that he grows really long and he tries to just roll it because he let me just explain the grace and love of womankind. Because this man told 3 of his 4 wives, "Look, I love y'all, but I'm not physically attracted to any of yous anymore except for one." Cat, no. So, the fact that he got out, completely alive and unalive from that shows the grace and goodness of all womankind. Because if it had
They're pretty
been
close.
me
Like, she's your closest sibling in age,
Mhm.
correct? Right. Okay.
The youngest sister, so she was like, I can see that she's just, being friendly. She's not flirting with him, but the other one is intentionally flirting with him.
Is there any, like, thing specific that you, like, would consider her flirting so I can understand, like, an example?
Like,
I don't know about you, but the sleep calling is kinda disturbing. I'd have thrown that out if I was a detective. So, like the sleeping together on the phone? Creepy? Romantic? You decide.
Or, like, what you consider flirting to be when it comes to the two of them? Like, what does she do?
I think sending texts about, like, how, like, oh, you're so handsome, heart emoji, things
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, he's really honest still.
I
So he,
I give up. She sent a heart emoji, and then I had to stab her. Helen took my last casserole dish, and then the tornado got her. Never felt sorry about that ever again. I'm confused.
tells me the things
Y'all
too.
make it make sense.
So he tells you what she says to him?
If I ask, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so you had mentioned that you can see your younger sister's messages with him because you share a server, but you can't see your
We don't share any service together.
Sima.
Sima.
Yeah, you can't see her. So you have to share in order to see each other's stuff. Like, do you have
Because
to
then you're
actively
like
share?
multiple people in a place versus like just one-on-one.
Okay.
So with him, he just does one-on-one, but
Okay.
it's not us 3 in any time together.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to understand Discord and like how it works and like if you can share something or
It's like
not, or if it's
This cop is me now. I'm just trying to understand the Discord and what's going on and how this all works. If you could give me a couple minutes.
it's like okay, so it's more like a 3-way. Like you have to include everyone and then everyone.
Phrasing. Woman. Listen, this is my job and I am semi-professional.
Can see what's going on. It's like a group chat.
It's a
Similar?
group chat,
Yeah?
but
Okay.
the difference is the servers have some like more features. Like
Oh,
you
okay.
can join a little voice call together.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I've never heard of this, so interested. Okay, so
It's like Jeff and Nicholas. Young Thug Life, or is it's Slug Life? Yeah, really interesting. So his latest song was "Murder on My Mind," and he's a trap thriller. He's a trap rapper. He does what now? He's into taxidermy.
so So your sister has been essentially trying to steal your boyfriend or your fiance, I'm sorry, and it's just kind of taken a toll on you. It's been a long time coming. You've been working very hard to become more independent with Joseph and to get your own place. And
Which she had knowledge of.
and I mean, that room's small, so I'm sure there's, whatever you do, she knows, and whatever she does, you know. So it's just been a long time coming. And so tell me what happened earlier this morning.
I kind of decided that I would rather, since I thought there was no end to it, and then things had already gotten past the point of me, that I was past the point that I was okay with. To be honest, I didn't want them together at all. Just the fact knowing that she knew everything and was doing it intentionally. If it was some other situation, some other way it sorted out, I'd probably.
Ma'am, what is a situation on Discord? I'm in different channels because some of them have naughty pictures and some of them have food pictures. I don't get mad because, the people in the naughty picture section still are there and talking because I can rewind the chat. We need to talk about adultness. Believe me, Nicholas, and Jeff would be the panel of people who would know not anything about any of that. I was exposed to terrible Christian rap, though, not like there are some fairly good Christian rappers of a sort, but then there's the guy who may call Jesus his N-word that that might have killed the entire movement. Indigo, if you've not seen the video, you must see the video because you will. It's Chef's Kiss, cringe-hilarious.
Probably could have taken it normally, but this was just deliberate and it hurt too much. And it just made me hate her. And I figured that I don't want them together, but also if I did anything, he'd probably hate me anyway, too. So I was.
It's the adoring and deeply convicted children around these terrible old elderly pastors rapping that it would probably be hilarious if you had imbibed on some mushrooms or something, or it would make you question the existence of a benevolent God. I don't know. Either way, it might be fun.
Was going to just do both of us. But my youngest sister, there was a gap in the time because I felt sick after doing it, and I just needed a nap, so I took a nap. And I was already sure, she was gone. But then I took a nap and.
Okay. This chick is 100% uncut cray-cray. She has not changed her vocal inflection from they had sent some heart emojis and stuff. There was a gap of time and I felt a little sick after doing that. So I went and took a nap, but I was pretty sure she was dead. Did you guys catch that? I mean, there was no change and she just went from they were talking and stuff and things had gone beyond what I wanted to do. And then she's like, a little nauseous after I stabulated her. So, I mean,
And then when I woke up, I was trying to just sort things out. before going, but my youngest sister felt like something was going on, that I was being weird. So then she came to check up on me. So I have a weak spot for her, so I let her in the room, and then I told her everything. But she talked me out of it. So then I was like, okay. I called my older sister, and she told me I should call the ambulance. So, yeah, my youngest sister didn't want me to do anything.
Damn it. I was muted, but I had a point. I was like, sh this is great, reindeer, 'cause this is creeping me all the way out because she's got the same vocal inflection for, however she unalived her sister, and, like, I was gonna sort things out, and I was gonna, like, maybe, I don't know, use a Lysol wipe or something. Oh, no, we're not doing no. If I get to fine, if I get to 50,000 subscribers one day, that'll be on a Discord. Yeah, uh, I'm not even thinking she's low functioning now. I just think she doesn't have feelings. She's got just surface level feelings. I don't know. She's very shallow. If you can compare like unaliving to I have to work a lot of hours at work.
What weapon did you use?
Like a dagger.
Okay. Is it the one that was on the bed? Okay.
There
Where'd you
was
get it from?
another.
Who in the actual F word gave this woman access to a dagger? Look, I hear her voice and that mannerism. Heifer's getting well, she's not even getting chopsticks. She's getting a spork. She's getting a plastic spork, and she is returning it at the end of every meal.
Okay.
On the desk. Amazon.
Amazon? Okay. Did you order it or did someone else? You ordered it? Okay. Do you remember when?
Ma'am, you're admitting to premeditation. Stop. So you ordered the dagger like a week, 2 weeks before this? Were you getting it because of your sister? How did you know, officer?
A week or so, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay. And what was your reasoning for ordering it?
What I felt I had to do.
What you felt you had to do?
Mm-hmm.
So you've been thinking about this for a little bit?
I've had an impulse that I've been trying to put away, but it's just like I didn't see any more options. I tried to be optimistic. I tried to do every other way. I tried waiting. I tried talking about it, and nothing was working.
When you say talking about it with who?
Both of them.
Joseph and...
I talked to a few of my friends about it too, but everyone just gives me this advice, we'll just leave him. I'm like, that's easy to say.
When you say you talk to other like friends, was it, like phone calls or text messages or through the
Text messages,
through Discord?
they're all on Snapchat actually.
They're Snapchat messages. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So no like conversation, like video or
Calling.
like voice or okay. Okay. And is the
This cop is ballsy because she is still wearing her service weapon while in the room with lady whose voice didn't change. She's like Hannibal Lecter lady. She's like, "Look, I was hungry. There wasn't any veal. What's a girl to do?" My goodness.
Amazon, is that your account or is it a family account?
My account.
Your account? Is it under your name?
Mhm.
Like your full name? Okay. Have you always had an Amazon account? Okay. For like a long time or? Yeah.
Just a couple years now.
A couple of years. Okay. You okay?
Mm-hmm. Can't go.
Okay. So I mean, so you've been, thinking about this for a little while now, and you, like you said, you tried to not think about it, and you tried to talk about it, and you tried to, what else did you say that you were doing to try to, you tried to talk to people about it, waiting, like just trying to compartmentalize,
Dear Lord, if her family had had access to lie, dear Jiminy Christmas.
to essentially like talk yourself out of it, like to not do this. Okay.
Waiting for things to change, or if either of them are gonna change anything.
I do not know.
Okay.
I came into this very blind, so I will be doing
Got worse?
background at the
Okay.
end. Oh,
Was Joseph like
ask Farrell. Farrell knows everything.
like was he complimenting her back? Was he doing these things that she was doing? Okay.
But I feel like a lot of it comes from he wanted her not to be sad. And she would request things, for example, like, oh, why don't you match profile pictures with me? You do that with her. And he kind of just wanted both of us to be happy. And then I could see her, because I know him, I know how he acts because of what, it's just the things you observe. And I could see the difference, or like the influence, and like his mindset changing because he wants her to not be upset.
And she's upset because of what?
Because she wants him.
And he's with you. Okay.
And she wants it only them two, not me in the picture.
Right.
He's fine with both in the picture.
Okay.
So, and
I feel like her inner dialogue of what's gone on is longer than all of the Lord of the Ring books and the appendices. I feel like she has just an entire chronicles that she believes they have, a couple milestones their way through that. And really, they've just been texting on the phone. She probably has a scrapbook too.
was like to an extent, but she was pushing it past the line.
Okay.
Like you're.
This is what this is. Women, you're going to recognize this. This is when your first friend in middle school gets a boyfriend, but no one knows how to really act in a relationship that isn't like really crappy, Rachel and Ross from Friends, terrible relationship, behavioral patterns that are shown. So it becomes a big giant drama fest for 2 weeks because you held hands with another girl. And, he's repressing his inner child or something, just dumb things that you have heard on Sally Jesse Raphael, but it all gets in. This is your 12-year-old relationship. I can't. Whew. This is a whole lot of, oh my gosh.
You're okay with them having like a friendship and like talking still and communicating, but you didn't want her to disrespect the relationship you had with Joseph, right? Okay. I'm not trying to put like any words in your mouth or anything. I'm just trying to understand and make sure I understand what you're telling me.
She was just going all out.
Okay.
And I told her not to do that, and she said she wouldn't.
Well, I did warn her, Your Honor.
Always says things to make me stop talking, feels like.
Okay. Do you know if she has what kind of phone she has?
No.
No? Okay. Would you know if she had a password on her phone?
I think it's a Samsung. I think her passcode's just her fingerprint.
Okay. You've never seen her put in like numbers?
She's like, I think her passcode's just a thumbprint. Go and take it down to the morgue. I'm sure you'll be able to find her friends list.
Numbers or like draw, like Samsung's, I think you can draw.
I don't think so, but I see on there it says like Touch ID.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious. I wanna see like potential messages. I wanna see like, what she's been doing
Good on you, detective.
to
Like,
make you feel
let's
this
see what
way.
this ish was doing.
So I just didn't know with you guys, the bed, the room, everything so close that you may have seen her.
She locks the door a lot sometimes.
Without you in it?
And then I can't come back in because she just wants to talk to him.
So you knew of their relationship.
He's your chat assist bot whenever you go into like a look at, okay, say you window shop online and they're like, "Hi, my name is Jed. How can I help you with your bruisey order today?" And you're like, "Sir, I don't need any help right now. My husband won't let me get another activity or hobby. Just looking." I hope so.
And you told her basically like, I want you to respect my, like.
If she says authority, I'm done. She has become my favorite person ever. We are moving to Florida. It's a girl trip. We are all going down to see this detective.
Romantic relationship with Joseph, but you can still have a friendship with him. Is that true? Yes? Okay. And so that friendship for them consisted of like
They got past the point of a friendship.
In your eyes?
Because of what she wanted.
Did you hear her saying what she wanted? Like what, or this is just what you felt?
She kind of told me, like.
Okay.
Is there going to be internet like first, second, and third base? I'm confused. Yep. Bra's optional. Just because y'all know the best time of the day is when on a side note, of course, Mr. Mo will always ask me like, "Hey, do you wanna go do something?" He's like, "Oh, you've already taken your bra off, haven't you?" And I was like, "Yep. I am not peopling or doing anything else. That bra has come off. We are done with the day." Yeah, I'm confused. I am so confused. True.
What did he tell you? If you recall.
One example is he did admit that there was flirting, and that he said that.
You know there was flirting?
Yeah, and that she says, "I love you."
She tells him that she loves him?
And I think he started doing that back too.
I'll have to go back to the beginning. I didn't hear anything other than North Carolina and his name and his birth date. But it's making me not believe that she actually met him in real life. I don't know if these were all voices.
And when was
in
this?
her
When
head.
did he tell you all this stuff?
Well, different things came at different times, but it started October last year. And then I asked a lot of questions when I found out. And at that point, it was already like things kind of starting. Before that was when they were friends.
Okay. How long have they, because you're.
Kind of on and off. Because, like, there was a time when I don't know, I just didn't want her talking to him because I know how she is, so I told her to block him. But then she unblocked him. And they were still friends, but then when I told her not to talk to him, then she did stop talking to him, but then she went back without asking me because of her breakup. with her boyfriend.
When did she, that's what I was gonna ask. When did she,
Was her sister's boyfriend like someone from the neighborhood? Like, did we see this person even on CCTV? Was she even closer to having, did anyone in this house have an actual functional in people relationship?
did she break up with her boyfriend?
I thought it too.
I think it was 2020. Maybe early 2020. I know when she started feeling, she was the one who broke up with him. That's also what bothers me. She did it. She spent months not looking back at him, and then he wanted her the whole time. Only at the last second when he finally moved on, she just felt like, wow, you moved on. But she was the one who broke up with him. And then that happened in maybe June, May.
Listen, y'all, we are the fun part of purgatory. When we get there, things are going to get rowdy and they are going to move us right on along because all y'all's together with me. It's going to be a party. Eh,
Something like that.
Okay.
Of 2020.
And I feel bad, but now I want to know if the unalived sister had a real boyfriend. Does anyone in this house? I just need to know if anyone is with another people.
Okay.
And so then after that was when he kind of tried talking to different people and eventually tried talking to Joseph about it.
She did? But October of last year is when things like got worse. Like when she tried to take their friendship to another level, even though you are with Joseph. Okay.
I like how even the
Okay.
detective is
And do you
like,
feel like
"You
Joseph
were with Joseph?"
started to have feelings for her, and that's why it's been difficult these last, yeah, and that's what you've been trying to work through and get on better terms with him for. Okay.
Because both of us.
Yeah, that's difficult.
And then at some point I just felt it was like more her. You know, after I tried waiting for, because I know she doesn't want
Okay.
the pictures.
You guys, Church Lady will probably do that, but first, Church Lady is going to do a collaboration with another creator. He's called Beefy Has Anxiety, and he's a little animated squirrel. He can obviously work computer graphics better than I can, but long side tangent, very short. Mo was going to be a substitute teacher. Now, you can imagine why that probably wasn't a great idea. But I was able to find all these cool, like, science-y dresses that I was gonna wear when I had to go in, and, they had an honest to God, and I shit you not, a K Maya Angelou "Why the Caged Bird Sings" dress, and I am wearing that, and we are throwing all the shade on Daryl's mama, Daryl's grandma runs for Senate, and Mr. Daryl, because I have that dress. And my husband said, "Look, if I don't start wearing things, I'm gonna have to downsize my closet again." So, all my personalities need clothes.
Maybe she should just leave when she realizes that he's not going to just be with her. But then he felt guilty.
He felt guilty for
Doing that to me.
Okay.
And then it
like leaving you, or
even before he left me, that was the reason he kind of left me, because he was more complicated because he felt guilty. So then he wasn't, like, he liked me, but he just felt bad.
Because you like the both.
I, honest to God, when I am writing my notes and I'm, typing them out, I have to remind myself every other time that it's not sub-stained. It has never been sub-stained. And I'm like, God dang it, Daryl. Like, one of your many misdemeanor crimes against humanity is making that my alternate spelling.
Both of you at the same time?
Mm-hmm. He wanted to leave both of us, but she,
And this was like this year? This year was like the complication, or?
Yeah, complications, but,
Well, this specifically about like leaving you and.
Okay, so you guys, that was right near Halloween, Daryl Brooks was. Now, my husband refused both of my Halloween costume ideas. Now, one, the clean one, was he was going to have like a sub sandwich on his shirt, and I was going to have a stain on my shirt. And then same thing, sub, but penis, because it's a sub penis, as he says. He said that he would do neither. Just sometimes he disappoints me.
And then not type deal, like that stuff. When was that?
That was a few months ago.
So did you guys like have a little, you said June?
Yeah.
Like, did you have a little breakup,
Yeah,
or?
a little break, yeah.
A little break.
Where we were like, okay, just kind of like friends.
And he continued to talk to Simon?
Mm-hmm.
That's difficult. And then I guess how did you guys reconcile, or like because
I plugged the modem back in.
You're telling me that he's your fiance, so obviously you guys got back together. Do you remember like when, or like how that came about?
Because you mean like when it came? He was like it didn't come back, but he basically was for most of it.
Okay.
But we were still gonna we weren't gonna stop talking to each other.
Okay.
But you technically.
Okay. So let's make this make sense. Now, they are on a break, and she realizes that he is texting her sister with intents of romance. But then she's like, "But I'm just not going to let him go." I feel like Daryl Brooks has a better grasp on reality than this chick, and that is something I never thought I'd say outside like a weird hellscape Twilight Zone.
Technically weren't together?
Technically.
Okay. Was he with your sister? Like,
not yet.
Or he was not,
but there was like a break, and then see how it plays out.
Okay, so like a break from both of you.
And then there was like potential of what she wanted.
Okay. And that's kind of when you couldn't talk yourself out of the things. Okay, so in June, this kind of happened, like the complicated stuff. And it's been going on ever since. But he still talks to both of you? And in like just a friendly way, or just like, I mean.
It feels like it.
I will say I agree with Salvador. Daryl trying to be cute, suck up, and flirty is much more creepy to me than Daryl being a belligerent jackbutt.
feels like he's nicer to her than me.
He was being nicer to her than you?
Because
Okay.
than me, he feels guilty.
You feel guilty,
it's
why?
Like,
because he's hurting you?
mm-hmm.
Or he feels guilty because he likes her? Or, I'm sorry.
Kind of both. But yeah, he feels bad for hurting me.
As he should. It's kind of not really nice. But, okay. I'm sorry. I'm asking a lot of questions. I'm just like super curious, obviously. And I
No, you're not asking enough questions. I need this explained. I need a diagram. I need a whiteboard, and I need this gentleman in a side-by-side room explaining how he was just the IT guy for the Staples website, and he was just trying to sell her insurance.
I don't know you, you know, and I don't know Joseph, and I just want to try to understand. Yeah, I just want to try to understand the most I can. I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, pry too much, but I'm just trying to make sure I make sense of it and that I understand because it's important. So, did you talk to Joseph at all today? Tonight? Yes.
And
how did you do that?
Called him.
Called him? Okay, and is that like through Skype or like his actual phone number?
Actual phone number.
Okay.
Because he wasn't picking up Skype.
He wasn't picking up Skype. Okay. When you talked to him, was it like
I need there to be the Instagram scrapbook of how he proposed in chat. I can't. Can you make a little emoji guy that's on his knee and handing out the thing, or is it just like a ring and then a heart? You guys, I feel worse for her than I did for Sarah Boone, who had to buy her man's engagement ring. Good God,
you have an iPhone, right? Was it on FaceTime? Like, could you see him, or was it just a voice call? Okay. And that was before you had called for an ambulance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What exactly, like, what was the extent of that conversation?
Well, I told him what I did.
Okay.
He didn't understand.
Yes, Salvador, if you remember at the end of the Sarah Boone interrogation when she has her questions, because obviously everything was unintentional and allegedly with no like what's that word? Oh yeah, malice. She was corpus mentis until she wasn't. But she asked if she was going to get his engagement ring back because she bought it. And his parents were probably going to take it off during the funeral she wasn't invited to. For reasons.
He thought I could have done, and I felt like I didn't have much options.
Right.
But he felt like I should have talked about it and there was options, and I told him I tried talking about it. I just didn't the specific extent, but I did do everything. Tried talking about it multiple times. Told him how it made me feel and how I just wanted it, like, to be gone. But he didn't really understand, and he was really disappointed, and no, he's not gonna talk to me.
I'm sorry.
Which I kind of already planned for that he would feel, but I didn't expect myself.
Well, you did kind of plan for him to never talk to her again. I mean, truth, I guess. Points for truth.
So do you remember, like, what time the incident took place?
I don't.
When I did it, 4:30 a.m.
And why does that time, like?
Why did I choose that time?
Or how did you know it was that time?
I checked the phone.
You checked your phone? Okay. And so you guys sleep in that bed together, I'm assuming? Okay. Did you guys both like go to bed the night prior
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, or
She sleeps earlier than we usually.
what time did she go to bed?
Wait a minute. I think we've found a lot of the cause for the problems. You have a 21-year-old woman and a 20-year-old woman, and they are sleeping in the same bed, the same room. I can see why there might be friction even without said chat boyfriend. I can see her losing her ever-loving hoot.
And
Oh, that night,
last night.
last night.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Maybe around 3.
A.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. So she went to bed around 3,
Mm-hmm.
and you were still up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What time do you normally go to bed?
Like 5 or 6.
In the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You went to bed, I'm sorry, this morning you took a little, you said you had napped. You said 5?
That time I napped at,
Or you went to bed at 5 today, or you went to bed at 6? Sorry. Or just,
I think last night I went to bed around 5 or maybe 5:30.
so you, but you,
Okay, y'all, did she sleep with a dead body or nah? Because I'm thinking this woman, this person, Miss Hannibal Lecter, if you will, I believe she did the dirty deed and then was like, I get the bed all to myself and just kind of rolled her sister a little bit over.
but you
It wasn't
normally go
too long.
between 5 and 6. You normally fall asleep, and your sister normally falls asleep around 3.
Mm-hmm.
But last night she fell asleep around 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you fell asleep.
Normally she might fall asleep around 2.
Okay. But last night she went to bed at 3. Okay. And then you normally you go to bed or between 5 and 6, but last night you went to bed at what time did you say?
Probably 5.
5. Okay.
I don't remember exactly how long after, but it wasn't too long after because I just felt nauseous.
So was your sister asleep?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She never woke up?
Well, she did.
Okay, this chick drugged her sister. Because if you are sleeping in the same room with, say, your sister who you may or may not be sharing a boyfriend with, and she's got the creepy kid voice, and she's got implements of sharpness around her, you are sleeping with one eye open. You are sleeping like major pain with both eyes open if you're smart. So I'm going to say that she drugged her sister, if you ask me.
Okay. When it was happening? Okay.
I don't think they were shot.
Do you remember how many times you used the knife?
All of them?
3 or 4.
Do you remember where on her body?
Heart.
Her heart? Okay. Assuming that's where you wanted. Okay. Do you have any injuries? Did you get hurt? And you said she woke up?
She was reading some terrible fanfic, and they were using the flowery metaphor for it was like a dagger to the heart. She didn't realize it wasn't supposed to be literal. What in the all of the crazies are we even? This is where I couldn't be a detective because our wonderful leading female detective has yet to let her face fall out of sympathetic. My face would be all caps with the I have a lot of questions, and they are not at all pertaining to the murder. But sidekick over here, I'm gonna need you to find her boyfriend. We're gonna need to have a chatty chat.
Did she say anything?
Mm,
Did she say
what
anything?
the fuck?
Kind of normal. Sister checks out as used to be normal.
And also help.
Did you say anything to her?
Mm. I said stop because she was moving too much.
She was struggling too much.
So,
Okay. And you said that you've been like battling with this since you had ordered the knife.
I know. I need them to start texting each other feverishly, like, what in the actual shit? Are are you hearing what I'm hearing? This chick is psycho. It just because I think I'd have a
That's
couple
how.
follow-ups.
So you kind of have thought about this before, and I mean, you stabbed her in her heart. I feel like that meant something to you, right? Yeah.
Okay, see. Again, this is why I couldn't be a police officer. Like, you stabbed her in the heart, and we kind of figured maybe you were just a little bit peeved with her. You were a touch angry, had a little of the bitterness. My face would be doing this on 11, which is why we're not allowed to.
Okay. Do you visit the doctors? Have you ever visited the doctors?
like, just any?
Like a pediatrician or like a specialist or anything like that?
Not really. I used to go when I was little. I think one of the last ones I went to was I was trying to see what I could do at the dentist.
Okay.
And I went for my eyeglasses.
Okay, you have a hard time seeing?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot to bring them.
Oh gosh, okay.
Since I'm more close to the paper.
I know. I keep waiting for her to say, well, I went to this place once and they had really cool jackets, but I can't get out of them by myself. But it was nice. And we did a lot of macrame because we couldn't have sharp objects. Maybe he was a dentist. I don't know.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so you have a hard time seeing, and then you felt like you had gone maybe like to a dentist to try to look at your teeth. Yeah. Okay. And one of your sisters told me you graduated from Colonial High School. Yeah. Okay. Did you like going to that school? Meh. Okay. Did you get good grades? Like, were you a good student? Yeah.
I didn't have too many friends, like the last 3 years. The 12th year, my 12th grade, I had dual enrollment both times, so I was just not really ever there. I was at college.
Mm-hmm. So you're smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted me.
Facts not in evidence. Facts supremely not in evidence.
To go to college, and like, you want to do dual enrollment? I was like, man, I'll think about it, and then the next year I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you met friends like more through college, or?
I actually didn't really have many friends at college. I had a couple of friends in my classes at high school. 9th grade, was more real life involved, but the last
She's just an old
years
soul.
of college, I was mostly just online friends.
Okay. Okay.
Too bad her soul was from the Inquisition.
So like your Snapchat friends, you've met them like through?
There were Snapchat friends. Were mostly through like a online virtual world game.
Online gaming. Okay.
And then other ones I met on PlayStation games.
Okay. But you've always liked games, like for, like, I guess before you were like serious about your job, you liked video games and the gaming systems and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. And like in high school, did you ever get in trouble for anything?
Once, because I tried going home early on my birthday because I wanted to go somewhere, but there's like a little security lady on the golf cart. She noticed it, and then she's like, "Hey, you can't do that."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Those golf cart people, they get there. They get around quick on those things. Okay, so like you tried to play hooky on your birthday, 'cause, you know, but you got caught, so you didn't really play hooky. But okay, so but did you
Well,
have to like do? No, she just was like, go back to class. Don't do it again. Okay.
Okay, we're bringing up an obscure Futurama episode, but the one where Zoidberg goes back to his planet and the most eligible crab lady monster starts all of her conversations with like, well, I made a piece of toast, and she's just boring and tells you the entire day. They're just bored to tears. Look, it
But like you've
sounded
never
much more
been
funny
in
in
trouble
my
like
head.
for fighting or any of that stuff, like
That was the quiet kid.
quiet, yeah.
But then no one has any reason to dislike me because I'm just nice.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. That's how your sister described you. She described you as nice. So okay. You know, I guess like how do you feel right now?
Kind of sad. Well, I didn't plan on being here for the aftermath.
Unintentional. It was unintentional. There was no premeditation. Oh my God, I give up.
But then I knew what it would be that he wouldn't want to talk to me. So I'm kind of sad. Like he sees me the way he does now.
It's just as easy the way he does. Yeah.
And I keep wondering if maybe it was a bad choice.
Yeah.
But I thought about it and I just,
You know, Salvador, I'm
did
going to
it
agree
because
with
of
you.
reasons. So,
Right, yeah. Reasons that we've talked about.
and then those reasons are like harder to see now that it's over with. Just because there's like a sense of getting it over with.
Right. Okay, that makes.
So then it makes me wonder if it was after the fact.
Right.
Well, I believe this was before Sarah Boone, so I think maybe Sarah Boone, you know, she got in trouble because this detective had already been through this chick. Oh, yeah, no,
And you're saying that your sister had caught you. Well, first you said you took a nap, right? And then when did you leave? Around what time did you leave your room?
Oh, I didn't leave my room. She wanted in.
She wanted in.
I
Okay.
had been texting her.
Okay.
But she noticed, like, the past couple of days I was weird, and then I was texting her.
100% she took a nibble. I mean, at this point, she's staying in the room with the body because you do, as such, taking a little nap. What in the...
Like, I said she was the best, and she was like, oh, that seems weird. Why would she say that?
Okay, just telling her. Okay. Did she know what you were gonna do?
She kind of got a hint just from
Don't
I
incriminate
did
your
accidentally
sisters.
mess up because I sent a message and she got a preview of it, but I didn't mean to send it. I meant to edit another message so it wouldn't give a notification. But basically, she kind of saw part of it when it came up, and then
She Snapchatted her crime too. What?
she was kind of suspicious.
What did the message say?
Not
That she may have
yet.
saw?
No, I was telling her that what I did.
Oh, you told her what you had already done? Oh, okay. I'm talking about before. Before what happened at 4:30.
At 4:30? Oh, my other sister.
Yeah, did she know that you were going to do what you did to
No.
your...
She didn't know until I was gonna do.
Until it already happened.
Yeah.
And then you were contemplating trying to potentially kill yourself, right? And I guess, what was your reasoning for wanting to kill yourself?
That it felt like everything was already ruined and that it was only gonna get worse.
Things with you and Joseph were already ruined? Okay.
And
This is just dating advice, but when you'll say you'll kill for me, I'd rather not know. And that's kind of a red flag.
yeah, and then there's just everyone would see me like a certain way because they don't understand the situation.
Y'all, she is the original Sarah Boone. She's like, my story has been, oh gosh, what did she called it? Cartelled? No, some ridiculous word that didn't mean what the heck it's really supposed to mean. Sarah Boone, my story has been spread here far and wide, just with stupidity and ignorance. I can't imagine. Spewed all over the internet. Racketeered. Racketeered was the word. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Oh, for the love of. I just can't imagine, like, I stabbed my sister in the
Right.
heart multiple times. People are going to look at me a certain way.
Okay. Have you ever tried to harm yourself?
I didn't expect.
You did what?
I didn't ever imagine doing anything like that to me or someone else.
Sure.
But mostly to me. That's never going to hurt me.
I don't really have much passion for anything, but he was one of the only things I did have passion for, so my feelings about everything were just heightened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like you're...
Miss Monotone over here is talking about passion.
We're head over heels.
Mm-hmm.
We heard that saying before. Okay. Is there anything else about like the complicated situation that you feel like I don't have a good understanding on, or anything that you think is important that I know? Does Joseph live by himself? Does he live with his parents?
He has.
Roommates?
Well, his parents got divorced, but now he has his mom and a little brother.
Okay.
But he's usually alone in his room.
Okay. Do you know his mom's name?
Kyle.
Kyle?
Kayo.
Kayo. That's his mother's name?
Mm-hmm.
Is her last name Farmer?
No, Sakuragi.
Oh, bless. You know how to spell that?
Mm-hmm. URAGI.
That's it? Okay.
Mhm.
And what's his brother's name?
Will.
Is it William, by any chance, or do you think it's just Will?
Yeah,
Or not sure?
not sure.
And do you know how old he is?
Will.
Hmm? Approximately.
Approximately. I want to say maybe 13 or 14.
Okay. Your Amazon account, is there a password for it?
Mm-hmm.
What's the password? I just want to see that purchase.
Okay. I think that's S capital POOCH.
You know, to be fair, Farrell, I didn't think that he probably didn't think that, his not girlfriend was going to real stab her sister and that the interview would be used as stream fodder for semi-professional YouTubers. But that's always the chance you take when you two-time a girl on the internet.
Exclamation point. 1.
I'm sorry, what?
Exclamation point 1.
1.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
It should be that. The username, do you need?
Yeah, just in case it's not there. It's normally like an email, if I'm not mistaken.
She's over here thinking like they are going to look at my story and find out it's real and I'm going home.
I have 2 emails. I'm not sure which one it is.
You give me both.
She's like, the detective said it was a complicated situation and they totally understood. I'm going home.
One of them is SAMYAMARZAN @gmail.com. And the other one is...
Is that your sister's name just sound right?
No, my one is MY, and then her one is YM.
Okay, so SAMYAMA.
It's not my legal name, but it's...
Okay, dude didn't know it was 2 different chicks because their screen names are like 2 letters apart from each other.
the name everyone calls me.
Okay, MARZAN @gmail.com.
Mhm.
That could be one, and then what's the other?
MEETMEOW
MEOW
NYA
and
@gmail.com. Mm-hmm.
MEEPMEOWNYA @gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, do you know your username for Discord?
Listen, no, that is it's called they had little things to make templates to make your chalk handwriting look better because my handwriting is what we like to call horrific. So, in order for the sarcasm sign to stand out, I just used whatever template they had at like $2 at Walmart.
Blonde Fire. Oh, sorry. BLONDE. Actually, wait, no. You have to put in the email. It's the second email.
The MEEP.
Is it required to look through my messages?
No. I'm just asking what your username is.
Why are you asking now if it's required to give them all this information? It's kind of a little late. I will. Listen, I'm trying my bestest here until I get an assistant.
name is for the Discord. I mean, I'll be real honest though. I'm probably going to look through them. It just depends on how I do so, whether it's through a search warrant or not, which I would probably do a search warrant anyways. But it's just easier to find your information this way. So just
Guarantee you, as soon as she gets a lawyer, I did not tell them anything. I just have a feeling thank you. I will definitely hit you up. I'm trying to learn things myself, which is a terrible idea now that I think about it. But yeah, I guarantee she went to her lawyer like, so did you talk to the cops? Look, your lawyerness, your lawyerly sirness. I said nothing. I was stoic and quiet, and I asserted my Fifth Amendment right. He opens the file. I'm gonna need $5 for the curse jar, and I'm gonna go outside.
just part of the
Because
investigation.
the talk was over call.
With Joseph today? Or wait.
Oh, that time and like the breakup thingy. That was both over call. Most of the important stuff is over call.
Gotcha. Did you send like pictures of yourself or something that you like? What's your hesitation? Why you don't want me to see the messages? I mean, I'll be real honest. You've been pretty straight up about everything, so I'm curious why you feel like.
Are we gonna find nudes? Is this what's going to come out in the court? Are we gonna find a little bit of ankle showing?
Hesitating or not wanting me to see it?
One, I'm not sure if there's pictures.
Okay.
But two,
Wait, again. So quick, couple sentences like, look, I stabbed her. It was in the heart, and she just continued to whine about it. But are you gonna really look at all my Snapchats, you weirdos?
I guess it's embarrassing.
Okay. Well, I'm not here to judge you. Okay.
Lawyer in the back is cracking up 'cause he's cottoned on to the fact that there are nudie patootie pictures on there.
I'm here to just kind of understand. Okay, so do you want to give me the information or no?
Yeah. Is it fine if no?
It's totally up to you.
Then no.
Okay. And the dagger that's on the bed, it's the all black one, right? And then you said it's also on the desk. Okay. And it came like in a 2-pack?
I got.
You purchased 2. Okay. What was the reason?
It was on sale. It was buy one, get one free. Bring them in blood spattered, get, a sale off for your 4th and 3rd. What in the actual crap?
Reasoning behind purchasing 2?
I just didn't feel comfortable using a used one.
Oh, okay. So you thought to...
Give up.
Okay. This whole time? Or the...
When I made my mind up about it.
Okay. But your sister, you said, was messaging you. Was she messaging you on like just regular text messages or?
Yes.
Okay. And that's another reason. So I obviously have to see like that conversation and what all took place.
Like that she didn't know about it.
Right. Yeah.
I did.
Y'all, I am just saying we know nothing of Discord. Should any of us in the fellowship of Discord ever get caught for anything. They're like, "Do you have a Discord?" "No, ma'am, I do not." We all have like a dummy kill switch in our purse in case we don't show up every 6 hours.
I didn't talk to anyone about it because I knew they would try to stop me. And I knew that.
I keep waiting for her to say my favorite line, which is, "Well, you're not free to leave. You're under arrest." That's my favorite part of the Sarah Boone, you know, is his mom's name all of the consonants?
Like, I knew her especially, that I felt really bad because she likes me the most out of the siblings and we hang out a lot. And, yeah, I just wanted to give her like a note, but and I told her to look at it later. But that's why I was gonna like put it somewhere where it's not like in front of everything, and then tell her to scroll up and look at it. But like I said, I accidentally sent it as a message, so it came up as a notification in like the beginning of it. Yeah, kind of gave it away what it was. But that plus the fact that she kind of just thought I was being different. She didn't say that. She just kind of assumed like that I was acting a little off. But then that last thing gave it away. But I didn't tell her directly. I just told her when she wanted to come in the room because I was thinking like, she's already here telling me she wants to come in, already suspecting. Then if I turned her away now, she probably would have just felt like I was too late or something, and that would have felt worse than her just being in another room and looking at it later. But I wanted to at least tell her in some way, just not at a time where she could try to convince me otherwise.
But she was able to. So I just want to make sure I understand that correctly. So basically you wanted to essentially give her like a goodbye letter, and you didn't mean to send it, but part of it got sent, and she kind of like picked up on what was happening. So then she was like persisting to get in and see you and talk to you, and okay.
You've been able to know about it before.
But she didn't know like your plan or what you were gonna do prior. Okay. So that's why, like I need to see those messages. I need to confirm that. So that's just part of the investigation. So, okay. But do you know your, so I don't know Discord, but is it like there's a username? Is it?
Username, password.
Username, password, okay.
It's actually, my one also has a 2-factor authentication, and you need a separate app you have to log into, and then you put in a code. And it's complicated so that it can't get hacked.
Buffering going on with a detective. Oh my goodness.
I see. Okay. All right. Yeah. Understandable. Do you know your sister's user or your sister's like name? What is it?
Mari with 2 question marks.
Mari, M-A-R-I? Okay. And then your username starts, it's blonde something.
Yeah, blonde with the E at the end, and then P-I-R-E.
P-I-R-E.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
If you want, you could ask her to show you
Yeah.
my chat.
Yeah. Yeah, if I can't figure it out. Okay. Do you have any pictures of Joseph on your phone? Like of him?
Mhm. Not many, but yes.
Okay. I'm just curious as to what this person looks like.
He's half Asian, half.
Finally, the detective has become one of us. She's like, I need to see this dude. This dude, he better be in the David realm. He better be a 31. Okay. Because if he is 0 to 9 in the uggos, I'm out. Let me.
Not many, but yes.
Okay. I'm just curious as to what this person looks like.
Okay. He's half Asian, half white.
Okay.
Well, Japanese, to be specific, so Japanese and white. And he has black hair, pale skin. I think his hair is. He hasn't sent any pictures in the last year. He was going to.
What? They are married and not sent a picture in the last year. Okay. Well, we need to. Not taking that one.
But then every time he's never been big on sending pictures. He just doesn't like the way he looks.
Okay.
And it's.
But you met him.
But I met him.
Okay.
And so, yeah, just long black hair usually.
It's long black hair?
Because he doesn't get a chance often to cut it since he's just, in his room a lot.
Okay.
And he has to go to his aunt's house to get it cut.
Gotcha. Does Joseph have a job?
No, he was going to get one when he came here because it'd be simpler to,
He didn't have a job. It was hard for him to get haircuts because he would have to leave the basement. I mean, I have already made up what this man looks like in my head, and it is not. I I have a lot of thoughts. She's like, "We've been married for 5 years. He'll send me a picture when he gets to it. He gets upset if I keep asking him. He says he's just call service."
instead of getting one and then having to get a new job anymore.
Gotcha. Does Joseph's phone number, does it start, do you know like the area code it starts with? The first couple numbers? Or what do you have in labeled as in your phone?
Bubby.
Bubby? B-U...
B-B-Y.
B-U-B-B...
Okay, why just we have alternate jury questions, the jury and judge and executioner of chat. We have a lot of questions.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is there a way to track the phone call? Is that why?
Yeah, I mean, I would look in your phone and see like the last couple people you called, and so some I would think you would label him
Mom?
Babe or Joseph Farmer, and
Is it because
he's Bubby, so that would throw me for a loop. So that's why I asked what he's labeled as in your phone, because everyone has nicknames. So, it's just more of a curiosity. So I can go and see this phone call that you talked about, that you placed. And then you also called your older sister, right? What is she labeled in your phone?
Okay,
I think
y'all, the fact that she has not furiously texted her male officer that's just sitting there doing nothing and said, "Look, sir, I'm going to need all the photos of this guy. I'm going to say that I need to go out and look at something like science-y, forensic-y for 5 minutes, and I'm going to need those pictures stat because this lady's giving me crazy eyes." Just, this is hurting my soul. I am going to end up riddled with cringe tumors just everywhere. And the doctor's going to say, "What were you exposed to?" And I was going to say, YouTube.
it's Apple APU.
APU.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Older sister,
Okay.
like a cursory word in Bangla.
Sure. Okay. So Bobby and Apu will be in there. Yes. Okay.
She labeled her sister Apu. I'm going to need at least 5 minutes, but that's never not going to be funny. I will stop
Calling you
being
now?
12.
No.
Okay.
Somebody else.
All right. Carlos?
My name is Carlos. Okay. Obviously, I was following everything that you were saying. I was just kind of saying in the background, kind of getting a little more information, stuff like that. Okay. You mentioned fiance. Were you guys engaged?
Yes.
Okay. When is your engagement date?
19. Maybe 2015. July.
She's just saying
July.
times.
What number? Oh, you don't know your July date.
Hold on.
Oh, you gotta get a show.
She doesn't know either. It was, actually, no, it wasn't July, it was June.
Oh, July.
June 28th.
What number would they?
28th.
Oh, the 28th, June 28th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
2018, just so I'm right.
I'm pretty sure that.
so that will make you 4 years engaged? Yeah? Okay. And obviously, like she told you, we're not here to judge or anything like that. We're here to understand what happened, okay? And obviously, you taking the time to explain it to us, it makes a lot more sense, okay? So that's why it was important. I noticed certain
Sir, you are the better actor, my good sir, because you're like, yeah, it's all coming clearer to me now. You're making it make total sense.
things that you said that you I picked up on. You mentioned 4:30. You picked that time. Why 4:30? What does that mean?
The quietest time, because my family stays up late too.
Okay.
That time was when everyone was asleep, but also, yeah, because they would wake up around 6 for prayer time, so I figured my intention was 4, but my brother was in my room on the computer for a bit, so it became 4:30.
And did you stay up late or did you put an alarm? Like, how did you?
I just stayed up. I had woken up late the day already, so it was just, I would have stayed up.
You pretty much stayed up. Okay. And then you mentioned that you were planning to do it at 4. And you can mention that you had already made your mind. When exactly did you make your mind up? Like you said, I'm going to go through with this. When did you told yourself we're going to do this?
I kept, even when I was thinking that, it was like still, maybe I shouldn't, but when I thought that I was working.
So essentially from 2 weeks ago, you were kind of like trying to figure out like, okay, well, I'm definitely going to do this. I'm just trying to figure out how am I going to do this. Okay. I just want to make sure I understood. And then, are you a righty or are you a lefty?
Right.
You're a righty. Okay. And then, you mentioned that, obviously, she has like maybe like 3 or 4 injuries on the heart. Can you just tell me, like, because obviously I just need to figure out like how those injuries are going to be showing. Like, was the knife like this? Was it like this?
Straight like this, but maybe some might be like slightly, at an angle
Okay.
because she moves.
Okay.
This woman, just send her to the mental hospital. Something is wrong with this chick. Well, maybe straight, maybe a little with both. And she had a 2-pack. I'm just saying, send her to that hospital. She probably put it in Snapchat.
Maybe like this.
Okay. Like you were holding the knife like this. Okay. I just want to make sure I got that right. And then.
No, with both hands actually.
Oh, both hands. Okay. And you didn't cut yourself or anything like that? Okay. Like the handle was long enough? Because you have small hands, so maybe just.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Those giggles are increasingly creepy.
Okay, I see. And then your Amazon account, you mentioned that you're the only one that uses it, right? Like nobody else has access to that or anything like that. And then, it's just something that we need to ask. Obviously you planned this on your own, like nobody helped you or anything like that. Your parents had no knowledge about this or any other siblings or anything like that. And you mentioned that you didn't want to tell anybody because you knew they were going to talk you out of it, correct? I just want to make sure I got that right. And then, why Bubby? What does Bubby mean? What's the story behind that?
It started like, I would say, like, okay, buddy, but then one time I was like feeling a little dyslexic, wrote Bubby.
Oh.
But then, so then I would just use the word Bubby just because it sounded funny, but then he would call me that back. So then it was just him, Bubby. So it was like just Bubby.
Just pretty much Bubby. Okay. And then obviously, when you were in the bed, where did you get the knife?
Before I did it, on the stand, like the bedside where the TV is like on a desk.
Oh, like on the desk. Okay. And she didn't see it or anything like that?
Well, I put it down after she was asleep. It was just for convenience without being in the way for me to accidentally touch it or anything.
Oh, okay. Where did you keep it safe prior to that?
I have it. In my backpack.
In your backpack? Okay.
What's your backpack look like?
Pink. It's in the closet.
Does it have any words on it or anything?
It's just has a gold chain.
Okay.
It's the only thing backpack there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that's your color?
It's under there's like a desk in there. It's at the bottom of the floor.
You mentioned that she woke up. Was it at the very first stab that she woke up? Okay. So she wakes up, she's like, what the fuck? And then you tell her to stop because she kept moving. And at that point, you went deep into it, I'm assuming. What happened as soon as you were done? What were you thinking?
That she probably woke the whole house up. But she didn't understand me. And then I felt nauseous.
Yeah.
Because part of me still didn't feel like it was right. But I was like, okay, fuck it over.
It's spine chilling. Just spine chilling. I hope that when your sister passed away, she peed and just all the fluids on that bed. So you did not have a good night's sleep either, because holy crazy lady. I know, like, what else could you possibly say? She's like the Joker, but not fun and self-aware, just like devoid of the charisma.
But also worried because I was going to do me next. And so I was just thinking, like, it was a little too much.
It's just a little bit of overkill, unfortunate choice of word.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that. Um, Obviously, it's one of those things. You were hurt, right? I mean, like I said, nobody's here to judge you or anything like that. It's one of those things that we do crazy things when we're in love, right? It's even the same and stuff. Okay, anything else?
I just wanted to know, you said that you had woken up late on, so your bedtimes are a lot later, so I'm curious, did you wake up yesterday, like afternoon, or
It was about 5
p.m.? Okay, so you woke up, okay, hold on. The incident occurred about like almost 24 hours ago, so it's like almost 2:30 now. So on the 25th, on Sunday, you woke up at 5 p.m. and then you stayed up until after the incident occurred which would be the 26th, correct?
So it's like 11 hours later.
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure I got my dates right. So on 9/25, on Sunday, you woke up at 5 p.m. around, you said?
Today turned Tuesday.
It's now Tuesday.
And yesterday.
This poor detective, she always has to tell these these suspects like what day it is. Like, didn't we just talk yesterday? And yesterday was Monday.
Right. But the incident occurred at 4:30 yesterday. So almost 24 hours ago. So you would have obviously been awake. So, or you hadn't gone to bed yet, from midnight to 4:30. Okay, so you woke up on Sunday around 5 p.m. and then you didn't go to bed until after the incident. Okay. And you said you're normally right-handed, but you use both of your hands?
The main one on there, but the left one on top for support.
Okay, so your right hand on and then the left on top of that for support.
Kind of next to it, I guess. Like that.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I was going to do it right.
Just one quick, I know you said the incident happened 4:30 in the morning. And my understanding is that your whole family was in the house, right? Sleeping. Did anybody went to knock on your door, to see?
I expected a knock, but there was no knock.
Okay, you expected at some point somebody was going to knock. Okay. Is it normal for them to knock on your guys' doors, check on it and stuff like that?
If they hear something.
But if not, there's no. Is that I'm sorry. Obviously, there's different backgrounds and stuff like that. Is that a religious thing? They just don't barge into your bedroom, or can you tell me a little more about that?
That's the only thing.
It's usually what?
Locked.
It's usually locked. Okay. So that's why they just don't go in.
If it's open, they don't knock. They just kind of open it.
Oh, okay. So you usually barge in. Okay, but mom and dad didn't bother to go and open or try or anything like that. It just so happens today they didn't bother to do that. And the only reason why you eventually did it was because you said your little sister was wanting to go inside.
Yeah, and I have a weak spot for her.
And you have a weak spot, right? Because you knew it was her. But did
Mommy, in the daytime, Mommy did come multiple times. She wanted me to eat, and she wanted me to open my window because it was really hot in the house. So she came to check up on me.
What do you remember? What time was that?
Noon, and then at 2.
Okay.
So every couple hours.
So she came to check, and what happened? The door was locked. What would you say?
So it was getting hot and stuffy in the house, and she is with dead sister. I can't.
I just said
You say what? I'm sorry.
later.
Later.
If she asks a question, like, you can help, and I'll just go now.
Did she ask for your sister at any point? It was just like checking on the girls.
It was just kind of both, but more she knew I was awake, so she asked me.
Oh, okay.
Probably just expected.
And is your schedule like that because of your work? Like you work overnight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I also just hate waking up in the morning.
Oh, we got that in common.
Like, I can go to sleep early and I'll still wake up red eyes if I wake up in the morning.
Oh, okay. I see. It's rough waking up early. I'm struggling right now. I used to be in a
Too bad that you'll be going to a place where no. Yeah, I think rough wake ups are going to be the least of your problems here, ma'am.
position where I used to work only nights. It was beautiful, but waking up early is a little
I
rough.
like being at least past 2 p.m.
Oh, yeah. I will go to bed like at 4 in the morning. Yeah, so, All right.
So it's basically not abnormal for you to be left alone in your room or to be in your room. Like no one's gonna make sure they see you, like physically see you or your sister.
It's normal that if it's locked and you just tell them to go away,
They go away. Okay. And were you able to, like, because I spoke with your dad a little bit and you guys pray often. Are you allowed to pray in your room and that's okay? Or, okay, like they don't make you pray in a certain area in the house?
They prefer it. It's like the living room has more area, but it's not required or anything.
Okay. Okay. So your sisters only came towards the end, like when, shortly before you called 911, they came into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My older sister wanted to see her, so after I told her, so then, so I let her in too. But just them two.
Okay. And where did they stand? Did they sit?
They stood. This is a small room that takes up most of it, and then it was just standing.
They were just standing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Also, question about the Snapchat thingy. The chats don't save on there,
Okay.
so there's nothing there from the friends I talked to about.
She is still real worried about those ankles she was showing. She is like, look, my dad is going to be a little bit pissed if he knows that I was sending arm shots. So,
About it.
Okay. Yeah.
can we hide those?
I appreciate it. Okay. I don't think I have anything else. Do you think you're good? Okay. Can you just raise your right hand for me? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge? Okay. All right. Can I get you any more water? Yeah. Okay.
Is there any food? I haven't eaten in over a day.
Are you okay with snacks? There's not like food here per se, but I could probably get you a snack.
A vending machine snack
Like
or
a vending
something.
machine,
Is
would
that
that be good?
Is there a preference, like, or are you allergic to anything?
Yeah.
No?
I kind of want something
Savory? What does that mean? Is that like chocolate or
like
something?
salty.
Salty, okay.
Not
Okay.
sweet, basically.
Not sweet. Okay, we can see if there's something available.
Yeah, the vending machine.
Yeah.
The detectives are like, we have a lot of bacon, pork rinds. Well, then I guess you're stuck with pretzels.
I could check for you.
That's
I know they have a lot of candy, but I doubt you want candy. But
Chips, I think are fine.
Chips, okay.
I like chips.
Okay. Also, another thing that I forgot to ask before. So just a part of any investigation, there's obviously evidence that's going to be collected, right? And so what we have to do, not us, but it gets sent off to a lab, and the lab says, yes, this person's DNA is on it, and this person's DNA is on it. So that's obviously going to happen in this case, but in order for that to happen, they request a sample of your DNA, which means like a cotton swab in your mouth just to say like that the DNA that's on this is your DNA, and then her DNA is her DNA.
You guys, I'm getting so excited because I'm like, this now it must be her pattern. Like, we're gonna get Broomhilda in here for the DNA swab and the nail swabs, and then she's gonna, let that go on, and then she's gonna be like, well, you're not free to leave. I just
DNA.
need
Does
this
that
in
make
my
sense?
life now.
Are you okay with us collecting your DNA with a cotton swab?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay? Okay.
It doesn't hurt or anything
Do
like
you
that.
like my fingerprints or something?
We don't have, so DNA, there is DNA, like technically, and the fingerprints, like if I were to touch you, my DNA would be on you, but as far as being able to definitively say, it has to be like through like your saliva. So that's why we put a cotton swab in your mouth. That's why I was asking like if you needed more water or whatever, but yeah, so we don't draw blood or anything, but that's, to get someone's DNA, it's normally through blood or saliva.
But to match the DNA,
they're just, definitively saying like because obviously your DNA is not in any system. You've, never been in trouble before or anything like that. So your DNA is not in any system. So I would have to get, a judge to say, hey, I need her DNA, or you can consent and give us your DNA now. It's totally up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that's the only way that we do it is by your saliva, because we are not doctors and we cannot draw people's bloods. So yeah, it's up to you, but it's just a step that we have to do in the investigation. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll get you more water, and then we'll work on getting you some chips, and then I'll come back with that stuff to do the cotton swab for your mouth. Okay.
I'm curious about, will you try reaching out to him?
I will actually, yeah, but not tonight. But I will have to talk to him at some point. Mm-hmm.
Is there, since we're basically going to talk to him, is there anything you want me to tell him? Or do you want to,
do you want to write him a
send him
letter?
a letter or something? Or like whatever makes you feel more comfortable. I feel like letters are like a little more personal, but.
Yeah. I think it's just wondering because it might bother him. Or maybe he'll see I'm calling or something and be like, I told you not to come talk to me.
Yeah. But I mean, we need to make contact with him. And like I said, if there's anything you want me to relay to him, I'll be more than happy to do that for you.
I don't think
There's nothing you want to tell him? All right, well, if you think of something, just let me know, okay?
We're going to get that stuff for you, get you some more water.
Also, when will I get to use my phone again?
I have to take your phone. So as part of the investigation, I have to take your phone. I'll be writing a
Holy shit, make sure there's nothing sharp next to you if you take our phone.
search warrant for the judge. So the judge will tell me, like, hey, yes, you have probable cause to go into her phone, and then we're going to go into it and download it and go from there. But if you need, like, numbers or something from it, I can get you those numbers. Okay?
But will I get it back?
Maybe one day.
When is?
Well, I don't know. It just kind of depends on where the.
Okay, she is Sarah Boone. She's like, so when I get it back, the detective is like, maybe someday. Oh my God. I give up. This woman is the gift that keeps on stabbing.
Where the investigation goes and kind of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you might.
So you're saying there is a chance?
So you're gonna look through which things?
Probably everything, to be honest. Every form of communication, just to see who you may have talked to. I mean, you've been pretty open with us, but so this is kind of how this works. So someone will tell you a story. They'll tell you, their side of the story, and then there's another side of the story, and then somewhere in the middle, we normally find what we call, the truth. So I'm not saying that you lied, but I can't take your word for it. I have to back it up with evidence. I have to corroborate it. which means that I have to prove that what you're telling me, what you sat here and told me, is true and accurate. And the way I do that is I go through people's phones. And I prove, like, yes, she made this phone call. She called Bubby at this time. She called Abu at this time. She called 911 next, and just kind of go through what you said.
Maybe it's a boo, not a poo, but I'm going to allow myself to call it a poo, just because it's funnier.
And then, there's always people, even though you've told me everything, essentially, people will talk about it and they'll communicate, and the communication that you have with your sister, like, I need to read about that. I need to see it. Because I can take your word for it all day long, and I'm not saying you're a liar, but I just have to corroborate it. I can't take your word for it, even though I want to, and I believe you, and I don't feel like you lied to me, but I can't just take people's word for it in this line of work. I have to corroborate everything that is told to me, if I can. So if I can corroborate it, I will. If I can't, then it's just kind of your word.
I just feel like most of the information isn't on the text, it's on the calls, like, clearly the important stuff is called about, even between them two.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's just part of the investigation. I honestly take everyone's phone. And then, when it can be released, it's released. But I just don't have the answer. Because, I'm the lead investigator. I'm not the state attorney or anything like that. So at the end of the day, the state attorney has the final say on what happens. Okay? But I can get you numbers if you need anything from it. You can't have it right now. Okay?
This is really not computing for
her. Get you some water and hopefully find you some chips.
Will you just ask him, like, his side of it?
Joseph? Yeah.
Okay. Because I know he doesn't understand it the same way I did. From the last call, he wasn't agreeing that, like, he thinks I forgot some of the important calls when we talked about stuff, but to me it's obvious that he forgets important talks. He has a bad memory.
Ma'am, I think it's a little bit late to be talking about if he remembered, like, your birthday or your 8-month-and-a-half anniversary. I'm going to go ahead and say that ship has sailed, and you are going to be one of his, like, y'all, I wasn't even going out with this chick once kind of stories.
But, so then things that I see as reoccurring to him, it might seem like not there, or like once. We just didn't quite see the level the last call.
Yeah, you didn't, like, see eye to eye. I understand. And, I mean, to be honest, like, a male's perspective on something versus a female is probably never going to be the same. That's just life.
Especially when I feel like I can see the influence on him. He can't see it because he's the one being influenced.
Sure.
So things like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll be right back, okay?
Oh my gosh, you guys.
We have a record crowd here today.
I don't do
So
that.
that's,
No, stop. You terrible thing. Thank you. Thank you, reindeer. We will be going over the complaint the next time. And oh my, this woman, I now have to learn all the things about what her complaint says, about what her plea deal is, about what this man looks like. If she actually showed pictures of her ankles. I mean, there are many burning a question in my mind. And we didn't get to hear her say, well, you're not free to leave. and I feel like my life is incomplete. But thank you very much, reindeer, and I will be looking at the complaint. Maybe I will think about it and then come up with a day. I'm trying to get it on a schedule. Thank you guys so much, and if you have other, men or women of Florida that you would like me to look at and react to, we will do fan choice. Because oh my gosh. Yes, we will go over the complaint together, Salvador. This is gonna be awesome. You can only drink half as much of whatever you've drink now, or you need to eat carbs beforehand. Yes, we must know all the things now. If I don't find Joseph, it will be a very oh my gosh, yes, I will. Yes. Um, Let me write it down in my handy dandy notebook because I will forget. Oh, for the love of all the Cheetos. All right. It is on there. We are here for the entire trilogy. Yes, you can definitely send those. Send your requests to me. We will definitely all the crazy channel that we, didn't know we needed. I will see you all Wednesday. We are doing a kind of review of what I've got so far for the Scott Peterson case, and not that Scott, only one T. It is what it is. I mean, at this point, I'm sure I can have someone figure out how to email. I would have put it in my, about me thing, but I'll remember someday. Any hoozle, I'm going to be going to bed now because I have told Mr. Mo that we will start working out at 5 again. So like and subscribe, tell all of your friends, and give me your train wreck interviews, cases, and we are always here for it over at Mo. Not that workout, Farrell. Unfortunately, on the elliptical. So, it is what it is. Bye, guys.